Welcome to the Weekly Spark, your fast 5-minute flash of insight into the world of mortgage and real estate. Every week, we're here to ignite your understanding of the market, from mortgage rates and housing trends to legislative updates and insider strategies. So let's strike the match and spark your week. This is the Weekly Spark.
What's up? It is the weekend of August 22nd. Jason, welcome back to another week. Let's roll and jump right into it. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
All right. So this week, first topic is fraud at the Fed, ? What do we got for this one?
Yeah, so before we get into that juicy topic, so Jerome Powell will be speaking today, and his tone on the overall state of the economy could give us some hints on what direction the Feds decide to go in terms of cutting rates in September. We believe there's a 25 basis point rate cut coming. But the big story at the Fed, well, the head of the FHFA, Bill Pulte, has accused Fed Governor Lisa Cook of committing mortgage fraud. Now, these are just accusations at this point, but she is being accused for applying for loans to purchase properties and claiming owner occupancy, meaning she plans to live there, when in actuality, they were investment properties. And this is to get a better rate and a lower down payment. Also interesting to note, she is a Fed member on the side of not cutting rates. So, we'll see how the story unfolds. But Ryan, moral of the story, you got to work with a knowledgeable lender that knows how to sniff out potential fraud so no one on the transaction gets in hot water.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing, we've seen it in the past where people will apply for things that aren't true. And having a good lender that can catch that and keep you out of trouble as a real estate agent is important as well.
Yep.
Awesome. So mortgage volume in this market, what do you got for me on this one?
Yeah, so listen, we got a report from the Mortgage Bankers Association last week breaking down the current activity of mortgage applications. So purchases remained flat at 0% week over week. Refinances are down 3%, mainly because rates are still kind of range bound in the sixes. But year over year purchase apps are up almost 7%. So, realtor friends, there are still a lot of potential buyers out there that you can help, and it's only going to get better as rates move down.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to see that we are as busy as we have ever been, and it's not slowing down. It's definitely speeding up. So looking forward to that. So on the last one here, we've got a loan spotlight, and this one is a bridge loan alternative. So tell me a little bit about what you wanted to discuss on this one.
So this is a big one. We've gotten more responses from this. It's a broker-only product, and realtors, this is a fantastic way to get your buyer to be able to remove the contingency of selling their house before they can buy. So you can literally buy before you sell your home. We have a creative way to remove the debt off of the house that they currently have. And in addition to that, you can borrow money from the house that's not for sale to use as a down payment if they need the money. So if this is something you're into, we've helped several realtors with this, Ryan. Actually, last month, I think we did 2 of these. And it's just a great way to get someone in a house that no one really knows about this product.
And the best part about it, I think you mentioned loaning money from your current house. That's the interest rate, 0. There's no payments on it. There's no interest on it. And you just pay it off when you close. And obviously they've got their fees for the program, but it's so cool to see that you can basically just take an interest-free loan and pull your equity out before you close and be able to use it for the next purchase. So
that's right.
Awesome. Let's spin into the charts, man. What do you got this week on the charts?
All right, so let me go ahead and add this to the stage. I don't think I can, Ryan. I think you got to do it.
All right, there we go. We'll make it a little bigger for you here.
Awesome. All right, guys. So watching the bond market. So listen, we're up 5 basis points. We'll take it. Well, what we're seeing right now is, we're seeing this steady kind of climb up. Steady Eddie wins the race. And if you can see, we're building this kind of support line on this Fibonacci level. Depending on which direction it goes, typically when you see this pennant flag building up, it usually breaks in the direction of where it previously broke. So we're looking to see another break to the upside, which means good on rates. So on the 10-year, which is the inverse, we want this to kind of push down, right? We're down 2 basis points, and we've seen this huge capitulation here. It crept back up to these these lines of resistance or these moving averages, and it's starting to get knocked back down. So here's another critical move here. If we can see this break this Fibonacci level, we may have a lot of room to go, which means good rates on the horizon.
Awesome, man. Well, appreciate your insights this week again, and we'll see you next week on the Weekly Spark.
That's a wrap for this week's edition of the Weekly Spark, brought to you by Creative First Mortgage. If you've got questions or want us to cover something next week, please let us know, shoot us a message, and until then, keep your deals moving and keep your week lit. See you next time.